Why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? We are going to pick 3 cards. And the question is, why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? We got pile number 1. We got pile number 2. And we got pile number 3. New dawn. We have new dawn, pile number 1. We have connection, pile number 2. And we have growth, pile number 3. All right, so I already picked out the cards. I didn't hit record when I did it, so the card picking process won't be in this one. But we have pile number 1 here ready to go with New Dawn. We have pile number 2 here ready to go with Connection. And we got pile number 3 here ready to go with Growth. And the question is, why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? And pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. I will see you in your reading. You were drawn to this pile right here with a new dawn. New dawn, number 3. New dawn. And we're asking, why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? Why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? A new dawn. So a new dawn is saying here that life is about making choices. Sometimes the choices that we make are just quick reactions that are not very well thought through. Then you believe that you are stuck with them. Maybe you have noticed a compulsion to act and smile instead of facing a situation that might initially need conflict to resolve. So instead of facing that, you just smile and be happy and merry. Putting the mask on. A new dawn is asking, do you feel stuck in a situation that you cannot get out of it? Sometimes we can settle in and get comfortable in situations that are really uncomfortable, but people, we are very gifted in adapting into situations and scenarios when we have to. So why do we keep going back to the ones that hurt you? Sometimes the familiar is better, even if it's not good. Let's see what messages we get here. Spark of Divine. New dawn. Making choices, feeling stuck in them. Now you have to do that forever and ever and ever. No. Spark of Divine. I reignite the divine spark within me. You always have, and you always had, and you always will have that divine spark within you. You reignite it, and understanding that you're a part of creation. So this is calling for you to reignite that spark of divine. Water. Too much water, you'll be drowning, you'll be overwhelmed in emotions. Too little water, is disconnected. Too little water, not enough water. Disconnected, become like an island. You're not going to let people in. Unable to connect with the depth within you and unable to reach out and touch others. And sometimes, why do we keep going back to the ones that hurt you? Because you think that this time it's going to be different. This time there's going to be enough water. And this time they will have enough water, emotion in them to keep the connection going. Talking. This might be another reason why you want to keep going back to the people that hurt you, because they are smooth, sweet talkers. We all know those people who are masters at talking, sweet talking, smooth talking, talking over, talking, belittling whatever they did, or finances and career. That can be another reason. Why you want to go back to the ones that hurt you. Finances and career. Go inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Go inside yourself. What is it that, why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? Spirit is asking you to look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Spirit is asking you, reignite that spark of divine within yourself and allow for the water to be. And here's another one. I hope that you can forgive me. We keep sometimes going back to the ones that hurt us because they're asking for forgiveness. Maybe you did something to them that now you want forgiveness from. They'd be calling, texting. Oh, I hope you can forgive me. I've changed. I'm not like that anymore. I've done this and that. I changed. Now I'm better at this. I won't hurt you again. Won't call you out. Won't call your names in public. I won't humiliate you in public anymore. I will. I've changed. I hope you can forgive me. So these are all reasons that may want you to keep going back. They're smooth talkers. You think already that the choices that you made has made you stuck there, which is not true. Finances and career, maybe you don't have enough money to be on your own. Maybe you don't have what you need, what it takes to be doing your own thing. Spirit is asking you to reignite the spark of divine and look within yourself. You might be dealing with a fair man. Dealings or relationship with a man of blonde, gray, or white hair. Blonde, gray, or white hair might be the smooth talker up here. Smooth talker. And the bat is saying, take care, you have enemies are working against you. And sometimes, why you keep going back to the ones that hurt you, they are actually enemies working against you. But that's not what they say. They be smooth talkers. And they'd be like, oh, I hope you can forgive me. I have changed. And you, since your finances or your career might be just a little bit easier for you to manage that part of your life, so decide to go back to them. Or they've already talked you down a lot, so you're gonna go back to them. And they might be guilt tripping you. I hope you can forgive me. There can be trauma bonding, like you've experienced similar traumas. So now you're gonna bond over that and always keep going back, like you think that that's it because of the trauma bonding. But Some people choose to listen to spirit, look inside, examine what is causing you to feel this way. Some people do that. That's great. That's where you're going to find the jewels. Some people don't. Some people be talking, hope you can forgive me, and they be all this time they be working against you because they want to hold you in a place where it's comfortable for them so you can keep nourishing them. If you chose to take this path of a spark of divine instead of keep going back to the ones that hurt you, if you decide to take this road, you will have, this indicates an initiation to a new direction. This card is saying that you have a vision. You already have a vision. It's time to share it. You will be amazed at the amount of value that you have. If you decide to not go back to the ones that hurt you, you're going to hold a lot of valuable lessons for other people to follow, because now you're a great role model. Temperance, patience, balance. It takes time to rebuild. It takes time to build back up. It takes time to ignite and spark and get that new, it takes time to go within yourself, to go through, like to lash through your emotional layers, to find your core, to find that spark. It takes time. Be patient, moderate. Self-control. Self-control. Don't go back to the red flags. Don't go back to the ones that hurt you. That is the easy way. It's seemingly easy, but it's not really easy at all. It's actually self-control. It takes some self-control. Just stick to your decision. You're going to be in the right place at the right time, and you would you're going to feel magical and tapped in. So once you do this stuff, you're going to feel very, very good about yourself. And the Two of Pentacles. You're multitasking and balancing your budget. So even if you think over here, like they will also be talking, you can't do this without me. You are nothing without me. You cannot live without me. I am everything that makes you even worthy of anything. And then they be talking all that. So with that might be enough to cause enough worry about your finances, that no, I probably can't do it. And then, but here you are. You did it anyway, and you are going to be able to balance your budget. So don't worry about it. This brand new start. Igniting passions. Being balanced. Self-control. Holding, balancing the budget. Taking care of yourself. Ace of Materials again. So not only over here with the starting, understanding your value and everything, balance, self-control, taking it into consideration, working with what you got, balancing your budget, balancing your time, balancing your resources. Boom, another inspired action is going to come into your new beginning. Manifesting abundance, new potential is everywhere. Six of Materials. You are going to get enough so that you can also share with others. You're accepting help from others. Sidestepping a misery mindset. Over here, this is a misery mindset. Why do you keep going back to the ones that hurt you? Misery mindset. And they keep feeding into your misery mindset, and you actually believe that this is true. It's a give and a take, a balance. Why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? It's familiar. It's something that you already know. This is unfamiliar. You've held back your emotions for so long. You're starting to look inside of yourself. And maybe you'll have to cry for a long time. Maybe there's so much sorrow in there that you think that if you start crying, you're never going to stop and you might just drown. But you do it anyway. And once you release all that energy, you're going to reignite that spark within yourself. If you do that, if you don't go back to the ones that hurt you, if you sidestep that, this is going to be your projected future, which is so much better than to be in the control of someone else. Always having to forgive them, always having to be overbearing, always having to be understanding, always having to be listening to their problems, always having to be listening to their stories. Always feeling worse after you've been in their company. And yet you don't feel like you deserve anything better than that. But sometimes, even though it is painful, we keep going back there for some reason. You keep going back there until you don't. It's just one decision. Willpower. It's just one decision that you have to make. You are not going back there. And then you look inside yourself and examine what is causing you to feel this way. Should you choose to go with this? Should you choose to go back to the ones that hurt you? The Nine of Swords will be the overall weather. This is where you're going to be living in nightmares, headaches. Better the pain, you know, than the fear of the unknown. So you rather want to stay in the nightmare. You rather want to stay in the pain. You rather want to stay within the realms of this horrid, degrading scenarios that keeps hurting you over and over again. And you rather would stay there and keep repeating that pattern. Over and over. Over and over. Until you make that choice. Until you make that choice to go this way. You just made the choice. Look inside yourself. Spark of Divine. Reignite the divine spark within you and recognize that you are a part of the creation. You are a part of the creation. Look within yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Go within. Examine those feelings. Too much water is overwhelming. And you can't work from being overwhelmed. You cannot make sound decisions when you're overwhelmed or overloaded with emotions. And looking inside yourself, going within, reigniting the spark of divine, taking the time out to really figure out what's going on inside yourself, taking responsibility for yourself, being a good manager of yourself. Nine of Cups. Should you take this road, going within, you will see this. New ideas. More value. You hold way more value and passion than igniting other people's spark. Balance, self-control, self-will, balancing your budget, doing great. Starting from little, yes, but building, keeping balance, building. Nine of Cups, here you sitting. Here you are. You having a winning attitude. Here you are. Accomplished. Here you are. Your dreams and your goals are being realized. Why do you keep going back to the ones that hurt you? Why do you keep going back to the ones that hurt you? Pile number 1, that is your reading. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, namaste. Pile number 2, welcome. You were drawn to the connection card. Bridge, connection. The question is, why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? Connection. Why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? So we're all looking for that connection. We all are looking for that connection, interhuman connection, the understanding, feeling seen, feeling heard, feeling like you matter, feeling loved, have someone to love, share your love with, that connection. And also we always want to remember when the connection was fun, when the connection was passionate, when the connection was the most exhilarating feeling that you could remember, and you were so happy and joyous and everything, you were on the top of the world. And this connection just made you bloom and blossom and grow, and oh my goodness, it felt so good. And we all remember that. The good start. The initiation of the connection. Connection. We have gratitude. Gratitude. I am grateful for everyone and everything in my life and the lessons each bring. Conjunction. A union, merging and coming together. Self-indulgence. Shadow work. Trust. Emotions are natural and necessary part of life. They can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. It's okay if I seem far away. Dealings or relationships with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair, a fair woman. We have a bell, an announcement. So we have all that connection. You have that great initial spark, the great initial connection. And then something happens That bridge between two people, something happens, the trust be broken. You break your trust. You break the trust, you lie, cheat, steal, do whatever it is that breaks the trust. A connection takes work to maintain it. Connection between two people, you have to work on it both ways. It must be maintained and took care of for both, on both sides. Sometimes the reason that we keep going back is because we keep hoping that they will change. So the trust that they broke, maybe they were unfaithful to you. And now they're asking, it's okay if I seem far away. Which is perception, changing your perception and clouding your vision. And why do you keep going back? Because it's clouded your vision. It's clouded your vision. And with the conjunction card, this card is telling you, you are exactly where you need to be. Where you are meant to be. You are not defined by one scenario. One thing that happens in your life is not defining who you are. Conjunction. People in conjunction, teammates, not rivals. Unity, merging, coming together. Announcement. Tarot card says, 5 of Cups. Rejection, depression, failure. You're kicking yourself for a failure, but taking all the blame is self-defeating. Let this be a lesson. Let it be a lesson, and then gratitude. I'm grateful for everyone and everything in my life and the lessons that each brings. Gabriel with Judgment. Answered prayer, so discernment. You're down and out, down on your luck, feeling depressed. You're praying for something. You're praying for a change. You're sending out a wish for something to happen in your life so that you can go where you want to go and rise up and awaken to what you need to awaken to in your life. It's always darker before the dawn. This card is telling you, and this card with the depression, the hardship, everything, you've had your fair share of this stuff. Now it's time for a new dawn. It's time for a reprieve. You've made a decision here. You clear out the emotional baggage. The emotional baggage can be resentments, anger, hatred, depression. And here you're letting go of it. You're clearing out your emotional baggage, and now you are ready. Got the 6 of Swords. Travel, maybe? Going from one place to the other. Journeying, heading towards safety. So roles are redefined and focus on relationships and collaborations. And if the trust has been broken, you don't trust them when they are far away. If they seem far away, you automatically think that they're going to be with the other woman or the other man. So you're making the announcement that you're going to leave this situation. If you cannot, if the situation is beyond repairing, you can still go back there with a hope. Oh, he's going to change this time, or it's going to be different this time, or it was my fault. Maybe it was even your fault that this happened. So now you're going to go back on guilt. You're going to do it again. There's nothing wrong with it. You can go back into this loop as many times as you want to. And you're going to have to keep doing it until you learn the lesson. And the lesson Spirit is asking you here is grateful for everyone and everything in my life, and the lesson that each brings. Nine of Pentacles. You leave the situation. It's beyond repair, and you know it. So you leave the situation. And the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Wonderful life created by one's own effort. So here you are taking off and you're creating your own life. You're creating your own happiness, your own joy and bliss from your own efforts and rising up. And here it's asking you, will the next phase of your life be more hermit because the trust has been broken? Are you going to go into hermit? Or are you going to allow someone else to come in? And you've learned from your lessons, you've let go of the resentments and clearing the slate. Why you keep going back to the ones that hurt you? Looping back in there? It's going to be different this time. It's going to be different this time. But the trust is broken. You can't trust this person. He or she. You can't trust them. Well, shadow work. Spirit is calling for you to do the shadow work. Spirit is calling for you to be self-appreciation. It's time to heal your self-worth. You are worth more than to go back into a scenario where these people are hurting you. Ace of Inspiration, Ace of Wands, inspired ideas. You're creating this beautiful life for yourself from your own efforts, building it up, brick by brick, stone by stone. And then inspiration strikes. New ideas is coming in, new sparks. And here, just allow that power, the fire, to burn brighter. Allow it to burn brighter. Encourage it to burn brighter. Death card. That fire right there is burning so bright that everything else that you had hanging on to you like false perceptions are fading out. They're going away, and you can finally start to see things clearly. The Death card, transformation. You're letting go of the things that are no longer needed in your life. You're letting go of the things that no longer need in your life. You let them go. And you awaken to that truth that is inside of you. Gratitude. Gratitude is such a powerful emotion. It's such a powerful message to the universe, to manifestations, to everything. If you nourish that gratitude, the flame within yourself, oh boy, you are going to transform in a way that you had never anticipated. And that transformation, even though this transformation, okay, taking off, understanding that this depression stuff, that all that jazz, we're done with it. We're tired of it. We don't want to live in uncertainty. You don't want to live in fear. You don't want to live in all that. You want something safe and something sound. So you're taking off and you're creating that for yourself. Safe, sound. Here you can trust. You have your own space. Inspiration strikes. You are firing up and you keep nourishing that flame, that fire, the power, the internal power. You keep nourishing it. And everything else that was in your life, that was not, everything that is not for your highest good, that is not for your best interest, will fade away. Got the Page of Cups. This one is saying, hey, being different is a good thing. Being different is a good thing. It's a great thing, actually. Celebrate your own style. Share it with the world. This is pure emotional understanding. And also great fashion sense. You understand and you know that there are many fish in the sea. And the Tower. Boom. Blindsided. Sudden shock to your system. Whoa, it's rocking your world. The signs were there. You just did not want to see them. Don't obsess or build on illusion. So, why do you keep going back to the ones that hurt you? You can do that. You can keep doing that for as long as you want to, for as long as you think that it's going to be different this time. Eventually, though, something will happen that will have everything crumble around you. So that you have to take this journey anyway. This is your soul's journey. This is stuck in a human pattern. Your soul's journey, gratitude, conjunction, union. Clearing out the emotional baggage that you have. Clearing it out. So, or you can go within. You can make the decision yourself. This is what you're going to get. If you go within and you make that journey, that inner transformation. Yes, it might have been depressive. Yes, it might have been shit show or what you want to call it. But you are going into the awakening. You're making a decision. You're rising up. You're awakening. You're going into the path, the soul's path with gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Okay, gratitude is no longer in the untrustworthy situation where people lie, steal, and cheat on you. And so you travel. 9 of Pentacles, you're creating your own bliss, your own strength. New ideas, letting go of everything that no longer serves you. Page of Cups, rising up, emotionally pure, standing in your own truth, fashionable and all looking pretty and stuff in your own truth. Or do you want spirit to force you to make the decision? The choice is yours. The question is, why do you keep going back to the ones that hurt you? Pile number 2. Pile number 2, that was your reading. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Go within. Why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? The beautiful light in me on this soul's journey loves, appreciates, and respects that beautiful light in you. May we all make choices that is for our highest good on this soul journey of life. Until next time, namaste. You were drawn to the card of growth, the pile of growth. The question is, pile number 3, why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? Well, growth. Let's think about growth for a little bit. So your higher self is looking on with joy and pride as you evolve and grow into a magnificent being. Your soul knows that you grow at the perfect pace, so there's no hurry or impatience. So the growth, and then why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? The growth, and then you go back. Maybe you didn't learn the lesson yet. So you started as a small seed. Now you are an adult learning to shine your light brighter. In order to raise the vibration on the earth, your higher self is always ready to help, but need permission. Your higher self is always there to help, but it needs permission. You have to ask for it, pray about it, ask for it. Ask how to best handle this situation. How can I best handle this situation in my life? And you will get signs. You will get also this world that we live in is harsh. It can be harsh. It can be confusing, scary. What the heck? And just have compassion with yourself. Be gentle and compassionate with yourself. Growth is not linear. It doesn't always go smoothly. Sometimes you get a hiccup. So you keep going to this certain level and then you go back. And then you get up there and you go back. You grow, oops, there you go back. Grow, oops, and then you go back. You can do that as many times as you want to. There is no right or wrong. There's just your soul's journey. And growth sometimes can be uncomfortable. Growth sometimes can be harsh and uncomfortable. Growth seldom comes from ease and ice creams. Okay, we got number 1 with growth, and then we have number 1 again with spirit awakens. Embrace my soul purpose and align with all aspects of my life to it fully. I embrace my soul purpose and align all aspects of my life to it fully, to my soul's purpose. Sometimes it's through hurt and pain and disrespect and confusion that your spirit awakens. You may keep going back because your spirit is ready to awaken and it needs you in the human form to allow it and to see it. So it keeps going back there to learn a soul lesson that will bring you further up in your life. We got the house 12, so that is interesting too. Got 1, 1, 1, and 2, or 11, 12. House 12. This house, it holds the energies of all the previous houses. This is a space of paradox, so it's endings, beginnings. It can reveal where you feel lost or where you fall prey to illusion or addiction. This is a space of spiritual lessons and self-undoing, arising from subconscious to find peace and closure in this lifetime. To find peace and closure in this lifetime. Identify with your soul more than your emotions. And your sense of self more than your identity. Identity is just labels. Your soul is your essence. Camera. Reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, make memories. Learn from the past and make memories. Why do we keep going back, pile number 3? Why you keep going wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So with the deception, they're going to tell you what you need to hear. So you might be keep wanting to go back, even though they hurt you. They're very skilled. Some people can be masters in wearing the mask. They can be masterful in wearing the mask. They are masterful in presenting exactly what you want to see so that they can keep the mask and they can keep their game going. And you have a secret admirer showing up here. But pile number 3, if you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you, you might not ever see who this secret admirer is. And with the deception, with the deception and the mask and the excuses and the lies, and they were like, I wasn't thinking. Why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? Because they weren't thinking? Really? Then they need to start thinking. Got a dark man. Dealings or relationships with a man with a dark complexion or hair. Bird flying. News is on the way. Why do you keep going back? Why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? Two of Swords. Make a decision. They weren't thinking. They weren't thinking. Deceiving, stopping your growth. It's basically what they're doing. They're stopping your growth. Learning a lesson. You have to make a decision. The decision must be made out of for the right reasons. So this is your soul's journey. So your soul's journey. So whatever reason you have, I embrace my soul purpose and align all aspects of my life to it fully. So decision, align it with your soul's purpose. Hermit. I love the Hermit. I'm a little bit too much of a hermit. And I've been too much of a hermit probably for most of my life. Introspection, healing, figuring things out is my passion. And I love it. But now it's time to maybe, with the Hermit, like making a choice, go inward. Yes, you can go inward. You can find all the answers that you need within yourself. And I know this. I've done this. And you can do it too. And align with your soul's purpose and growth. You can keep growing, you have no idea. There's no end to how much you can enhance your life, enhance your experience as a human being on this planet Earth. There's no limit to it. prayer, contemplation. Ask for what you need. Ask, pray, like, help me see through the falsehoods and the masks of other people. How can I see through the masks and the falsehood in other people? Ask about it. Your higher beings, your helpers, your source, your God will help you find the answers that you need when you ask about it. 8 of Wands. Wow. You ask about it, you're going to get the answer. You ask about it, boom. 8 of Wands. Speed and action. Events are set in motions. These are events set in motions by the decisions that you make. So when you make the decision, go within. Send the prayers out, and the answers will come to you. The answers will come to you. Knight of Swords, 8 of Wands to Knight of Swords. Action. The Knights, communications, smart and excellent communicators. Love facts, stay to the facts. Warrior, quick and confident and committed to their truth. Committed to their truth. Deception. Why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? Maybe because you're so committed to the truth. You have to do the lesson again so you can find the truth. Maybe you keep wanting to go back there because they weren't thinking. Oh, they weren't thinking. Then probably next time they will be thinking. So they will act different. And then you go back and then nope, that didn't happen. And so it's a loop, loopy loop. This can also be a message of childhood things, like whatever you experienced in childhood. Sometimes these experiences, they sit within your system. They were traumatic. It can be trauma bonding. It can be sitting in your system and coming out as the pain body. And then every so often, if you get triggered, the old pain will come back and you'll go back into the pattern until you find the answer. Until you find the answer. And find the truth with the swords, the truth, the Knight of Swords, looking for the truth. Deception is deception. Beyond the deception is the truth. The Chariot. Make a choice, make a choice. 8 of Wands, message, boom, coming in. Chariot, boom, taking you out. Not out, but taking you on a travel or a journey. So this is confident willpower. Confident willpower. See how it comes out of the solar plexus. Confident willpower. Believing in yourself. Burn your plan into your mind's eye and heart. You're going uphill, you're going downhill. This one here, she's going to make it. So the decision that you made to be on your growth path, do your soul's journey, here you make a decision, you plant your dream, your ambition, you plant it to your heart, to your brain, and then you go for it. 10 of inspiration, 10 of wands, heavy burdens, carrying a lot. Now you can have accumulated so much. So if the 10 of inspiration is stamps, you're gonna have a whole lot of stamps. Like if the 10 of inspiration is whatever you're collecting, crystals, you're gonna have a whole lot of them. 10 of inspiration, whatever burdens you've carried, you're gonna have a lot of them. So whatever it is that you've been carrying, by yourself, you're going to have a lot of it. And you already know what it feels like to carry all of that, all of the burdens. So ask for help. Use your experience. And this time, ask for help. And the World card, ending of a cycle. Growth. Keep growing. You make that choice to not go back to the ones that hurt you. And the World card is going to show up. You make that choice, Spirit awakens, you're on your growth path, you embrace your soul's purpose. Endings and beginnings. You're in the house, you're in the 12th house. News is on the way. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. So a secret admirer. You do this growth path here. You make that choice to do your growth path and stay on track. You're not going to go back to the ones that hurt you. You're going to go forward with the one you love, with your being your own best friend, going introspection. The World, ending of a cycle. Completion, resolution. You know your value and you have concluded that you hold the power to create a dynamic and successful life. Good on you, pile number 3. That's awesome. That is a great choice and it's going to benefit you and everyone in your life. Why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? Well, even if you've been stabbed 10 times in the back, if that's all you know, now you got used to it. So the stab in the back doesn't feel like a stab anymore. Maybe it feels like a love bug, the stabbing in the back. So now you got used to it. And you keep going back in the pattern. Oh, another one, stab in the back. Oops, more deception. Oh, another one in the back. But I'm going to go back there anyway because I'm so used to it now. Now I know this pain just feels home. The pain feels like home. The pain feels like familiar. The pain feels like almost like it's good. And you keep going back there. And eventually you cannot get back up. Because now the deception, the excuses, has taken over you. You cannot get back up. Overworked and overwhelmed, overburdened. And also, you had fair warning the whole time. Before it came to this, you had fair warning what this deception, I wasn't thinking. That choice, you had fair warning the whole time what that was going to bring. Now you're pinned down. And the funny part is, now you're pinned down and you only have one option. And that is to make that choice that you could have made up here with your spirit awakening, going on your soul's path, journey, open up, figure out, going within, finding your own answers. And then your soul wants to grow. Your soul wants to awaken. Your soul wants to transform. So pile number 3, why do you keep wanting to go back to the ones that hurt you? That was your reading. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see the other ones that I'm uploading, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your time. Enjoy your day. Namaste.